Cuba is for Americans like the full moon for the werewolf. That the day the embargo will be lifted, Americans will not go to the Dominican Republic. They will come here for many reasons. Bigger, more historical, very near, more familiar.
I think most people agree that tourism is going to be one of the leading industries in Cuba over the coming years. I mean, again, if the U.S. lifts the travel ban, all forecasts agree that there will be an explosion in visits from the United States.
No, yo creo que ellos deben de conocer la Cuba actual. Porque ya la Cuba de antaño, porque no es el pasado no es tan de antaño. Ellos tienen un cliché de esa Cuba de antaño que es un poco de nostalgia para ellos. Yo creo que tienen que conocer la Cuba actual.
So the revolution somehow froze that. And that was the blessing, that the city remained intact. In the late 1950s, the mafia wanted to turn Havana into a touristic destination, but based on gambling, all that changed. After the revolution, no more Americans, so tourism remained quiet for many, many years. So only in the late 1980s, there was a revival of tourism, but a kind of tourism of beach and sand.
It is at that moment that the government decides that there's no other option but to allow small-level private businesses to open up on the island and allow tourism back on the island in as many quantities as possible from everywhere.
Over the last 3 or 4 years, everyone can turn their house into a casa particular, private house, which is great. Everyone can open a paladar, which is a private restaurant, which is great because now the quality of the food in the restaurants is fabulous, especially compared with where it was. And now the restaurants, the quality of the service, the food, and for the price is better than probably anywhere in the world.
Sí que Cuba tiene la oportunidad, tiene todo el potencial turístico en cuanto a cultura, historia, naturaleza, pueblo. Realmente faltaría mejorar un poco lo que es la infraestructura turística, que ya nuestro Ministerio de Turismo lleva un trabajo precisamente para el rescate de todas las instalaciones y el crecimiento de la planta hotelera para poder dar satisfacción a toda la demanda que va a venir del turismo norteamericano.
In this moment we have problem with the room available, and I heard about many people that want to come to Cuba and it's impossible for them to find a room in a hotel. Also in the private house, I have friends who rented house and are all day full. And you see, in this city we need 200 more restaurants because we are, we are completely full every night.
Hospitality industry is not a hotel, it's not a restaurant. There is backside, the suppliers, the construction, electricity, agriculture, many related,
Tourism, to be able to exist, there has to be lots of other industries supporting tourism, and on the whole, I'm impressed how these industries operate here in Cuba. Most important for me is the beer, Cristal and the Bucanero. The two main brands are very high quality, as good as anywhere in Europe, and I always have enough. So.
Pero sí que está viniendo mucha gente importante a interesarse por el arte, por lo que está pasando.
Algunos sectores de la economía en Cuba que sí han visto un cambio, pero es un cambio relativo, porque es un cambio todavía que no es a macro escala, es a mini escala. Porque que en mi restaurante yo tenga 20 mesas más no significa un cambio. El cambio real está en que yo pueda hacer mayores inversiones, en que yo pueda tener mayores beneficios en esas propias inversiones. O sea, estoy hablando de un territorio que no es el territorio del arte, pero que un poco sí se puede aplicar a todos los campos de trabajo y de la cultura. No se trata de que vengan más visitantes, no se trata de que se venda más arte o no. Se trata, por ejemplo, de esa misma posibilidad de tener legalmente o no una galería. Se trata de ese tipo de cosas.
Yo incluso estuve leyendo que el porciento de americanos que se ha incrementado en este último tiempo es mucho, casi 3 veces más o mucho más de lo que normalmente venía a nuestro país. No solamente venir a Cuba a llevar una pieza, un souvenir, sino que lo hacen desde el punto de vista del coleccionismo, del mercado de arte más serio.
Que yo le diría al pueblo norteamericano, cuando no nos conocen, cuando no saben nada de nosotros, cuando tienen que descubrirnos, cuando tienen que hacer todas esas cosas, decirle que han venido muchas personas aquí y nos han descubierto y se han quedado asombrados porque ve que no somos lo que en un momento determinado se dijo de nosotros.
So yes, the city is run down. There are areas of the city that need a lot of work, but at the same time, it's a city that has its own magic, and you can feel that if you just squint a little bit or unfocus your cameras just slightly, you can see the beauty that lies behind it and realize that all it really needs is a little bit of paint and maybe a couple of new pipes.
Lately, what we see is that with the growing number of visitors from the US, the pattern is changing. The growing number of Americans are very interested in seeing a city that is different in many ways. I think that we have to take a decision, tourism for Havana or Havana for tourism.